one's gonna be. You want me to? I mean, I can just. I'm gonna trap out this one. This right here.
Which one am I looking at?
Let's say you look at this as though you're iPhoning, and this is the backup.
What do you want to do? You think so?
Looks good, man. You can look at. You want to look at this lens? Look at this lens.
Does it look good?
Yeah, you look like a badass.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one, right?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, my loyal followers, seems like the fires conveniently destroyed the homes of the people who had all of the evidence.
I think the hat is kind of like floppy and uncowboyish when I look at it now.
The hat?
Just in the shot. Just because, like, it's not, it looks like it got crushed, you know? It's not a slick looking cowboy hat anymore.
So no hat?
I would say no hat.
Fair.
And then, it also makes me think, I don't know about the glasses with no hat.
Nothing?
Yeah, I think nothing. Look good now, though.
I have sunglasses marks on my nose?
Not that I can tell. This is like the kind of light that it looks like you have makeup on no matter what, you know?
How's my hair like that? Good?
You got over your left ear, there's a little bit sticking out. Just tuck it in by your left ear.
There?
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining on yet another episode of The Pedo Hunter. Has anyone noticed how the fires in the Palisades affected the homes of those who were holding the evidence? Is it not a coincidence that their homes were destroyed and yet the Getty building is fine? They've hired a 600 private fire department. And what about those tunnels? What about the tunnels that have obviously been proven to be connected to LA Como? The private fishing reserve that J. Paul Getty built for himself and for whom I have now proven is still alive, responsible for the flames, responsible for the economics, the next president, future, past, present, everything controlled by one man, the most wealthy man who ever lived, who is still living. I found myself, my mother passed away. I came back, inherited this evil bitch's house, started looking around, sniffed into there, and you know, I got up to my old ways, pedo hunting. And it seemed like all of a sudden I was surrounded by pedos, just like in Alien Part 2, where they're around the ship and bing, 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 bing. We're surrounded by aliens. Here, where does the water come from? Underneath the Getty Museum. Where does the water from the lake go to? For so long, this land has been held in a trust, and to those that Getty trusted, they were granted homes, land, membership at the greatest golf course in the United States, maybe the world. A cush life at the top of industry. And my mom was one of those people. She did whatever it took to make sure that we were taken care of. Even if that meant sacrificing my little brother. Or was he my big brother? Sacrificing my big brother. I think we wiped it out of all of our minds because life was pretty good here, and more importantly, I was only 1 year old when it happened. Needless to say, my father wasn't so into that. And
will you go back to just like the part where you don't fuck up the little brother, big brother? I think he's your big brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just bullshit until you get to that. Because that was really good what you were doing.
No, anyway, I was, as it would turn out, all of these cults in the Los Angeles area are mere subsects of a one-man empire. People talked about Putin, Clinton, there were the Diddy parties, there was Epstein Island, but nothing compares to J. Paul Getty, who's still alive at 132 years old, surviving off the adrenochrome of the firstborn of those who decide to take the oath and enter into the society at the top. L.A. Como.
We just go into the part about like they took my big brother.
Yeah, so they took my big brother. They took everyone's.
Bullshit about it a second before you get into it. Like,
they took my big brother, and I'm not alone here. You know, I, like so many millions of people, have had their brother, their child, sacrificed for the pleasure and the subsistence of those on top. The immortals, the oligarchs, the titans, the scions feed off of the adrenochrome of the firstborn of the weak who are willing to enter into a new society in which they don't have anything to worry about. And I too, I know that because I was born into that same society. For years I've been hunting pedophiles, breaking up pedo rings, chomos, you name it. I'm out here protecting kids, and it's because I'm someone who needed protecting. Now that I'm back, everything seems to have reconnected, as all of you have witnessed, as I have taken on these bastards by the lake.
That part where you said that, like, because I was somebody that needed protection.
Yeah.
But then, if look into the camera and be like,
dude,
and now those motherfuckers need protected from me.
Dude, is this audio gonna be?
It's gonna be good. It's a nice sound.
Right. So I was
just and now you need protection from me.
Right. Yeah. You know, on behalf of all the brothers, sisters, daughters, of all the kids that were sacrificed so that the Illuminati and these people at the top, the people of L.A. Como, could live, literally live on forever. You know, on behalf of those that needed protecting, those who need protection, because I'm coming for you, motherfuckers, all of you. And to all of my subscribers on my Patreon account, you can come with me. And shout out to Kieran, who came with us the other day. And, you know, we beat the fuck out of that guy. I mean, I think for $1,000, this is a pretty good deal. You know, you get a boat ride, you get wine. I wouldn't call it romantic. I would call it relaxing, and then with a side of totally over the top violence. I mean, where else can you go on a boat ride at sunset and watch someone be pulverized for being the lowest of the lowest low of society? If that's not catharsis, I don't know what is. You know, stick to yoga and whatever else you got to do. Some of us love watching violence, especially if it's sanctioned violence. Come along for the ride. You know, I've got a couple slots next week, and yeah, I'm out here, the pedo hunter, and I'm hunting.
Masterpiece.
I don't know about that, but we were just fucking around.
I like it.
There's some stuff there.
I thought that made the movie right there, buddy.